Hey everyone, it's the DJ Dr. San Diego, and today we're going to go over what to look for if you are in the market for a used Technics 1200 turntable. So the first thing that I do when I'm looking to buy a turntable, specifically a Technics 1200, is I check the tone arm. Make sure that if I give it a wiggle here, the whole piece where the tone arm connects to the turntable, make sure there's not excessive shaking on there. So I kind of give it a tug, and this one's in really good shape. Obviously, it's my turntable. So the next thing that I would do is kind of look at the tone arm and make sure that it is straight. I don't want it to bend down, and I don't want it to have a curve to it. So just make sure that it's really straight. The next thing that I do is look into the tone arm itself and make sure that the connections are gold in there and there aren't any black marks or anything like that. You can't see it on this, but these are actually really gold. So the next thing that I do is, I look also to make sure that there aren't any major dings or any signs that it was dropped or anything like that. I make sure that it's clean. I look at the sides of the platter here, make sure that it's in really good shape, not excessively dirty or anything. There are some things that you can let go and not worry about too much, but you want to make sure that you're getting the best quality turntable possible. So the next thing that I do is check the pitch. So let's go ahead and turn on the turntable and start it. And so I want to make sure that when I move the pitch slider, that I can see the little dots moving as I adjust the pitch. All right, so that works. The next thing that I do is make sure that the 45 works, buttons are clean, nothing going on. Make sure it stops. Some people, want it to stop on a dime. That's not the most important thing. The most important thing in a turntable is that it has enough torque. So also, let me go back to the pitch slider. I'm looking to make sure that when the platter is moving, that there isn't flutter in this area, that it's not going back and forth in a zigzag motion. That'll tell you that the pitch is bad. So that's one thing. So the next thing that I do is I want to make sure that the anti-skate works. This is the anti-skate here, and it has several different numbers. You can move it back and forth, right? So what I did is I went ahead and put the counterweight all the way to the back, and so now the tone arm is kind of doing a little floaty thing, and I want to put it all the way to the end over on this particular turntable. This is an MK5. I want to set it to 6, and then as I move it over to 0, you should see that tone arm moving, and it does. Okay, and then as I move it back, it should come back. Okay, and that's going to be a small indicator whether the anti-skate works or not. The next thing that I'm going to do is make sure that we're able to check to make sure that this pitch is good. So let me go ahead and set that turntable to 0, the pitch to 0. I'm going to set the pitch to 0, and that center big ball should be not moving. Okay, so a lot of people don't know this. See that positive 6.4, positive 3.0, 0, or negative 3.3. So when the pitch slider is set to those, the small ones according to the number should stop moving. Okay, so I'm gonna set the pitch slider over here, move it to where it says 6.4. Okay, that's right around 6.4, 6.5-ish. And that small one at the very top has stopped moving. So that means that my pitch is really good. Okay, so now I'm gonna put it at right around 3.3, 3.5. And you can see that that second one has stopped moving. So that's good. The pitch is good. All right, now I'm gonna set it to 0. And my center should stop as well. All right, last check. We're gonna take it to negative 3.3. That's right about there. And it's not moving also, so that means the pitch is good. That's a way that you can check to see if the pitch, if there isn't any flutter, and then make sure that your settings line up with your pitch slider. And this would tell me that this turntable is in really good shape. So another thing that I would check probably before I leave is unlock this here, set it, lock it, unlock it, and then I would adjust it up and down, moving this, and make sure that that goes up and down. Sometimes people have them locked, but the final thing that I would do is make sure that it is not messed with as far as the connections are concerned. I don't know that I would buy a turntable that hasn't been internally grounded, because now you're counting that they did it correctly. I've internally ground, I would say 2 pair. One for myself, one for a friend, and there are mistakes that you can make in the soldering process and all that, so I don't know that I'd buy one that doesn't have a ground. But that's pretty much it. I think additionally I would also kind of bring back the platter a bit, make sure that, you know, it has really good, you know, that it kind of goes back to regular speed if it's impeded a bit, but I would probably do it with the slip mat on. So that's pretty much it. I hope you have learned something about turntable, and I'm going to be making a turntable video on how to set up your turntable once you've already purchased it. Okay? Specifically a Technics 1200. All right, have a great day. Bye.